Well, hello everyone, how are we doing tonight? Sorry, I said that kind of quickly. I really meant to say, how are we all doing tonight? Very clearly, that didn't work out too well. Oh, looking at the chat, we've already got some people in today. Looks like Kuru Godzilla, you are the first into the chat. Yes, hi, what's up? What games am I going to play today? What is up? Gaming is what is up. Gaming is what it's all about, isn't it? Let's go ahead and switch that over here. Oh, let's see what we got here. I got my tissues out of the way. I guess you can kind of see, it's the first time I've seen that. My label maker. Every gaming place, cave, man cave, needs a label maker, in my opinion. If you don't have a label maker, I mean, what's the point? Let's see what else we got going on today. That's what I meant to do. Turn that on. The batteries have been switched and are so far still lasting. I don't know if I like how that's looking or not. Yes, that is the camera on my laptop, if you guys didn't know that for the first time. What games am I going to play today? I was actually thinking of what I was going to stream tonight, and I do want to do some TurboGrafx 16, but before I even start that, I'm going to... Alright, I'm assuming that you all are still there, but YouTube's doing that thing again. Oh, what is the deal, YouTube? It's telling me... so this is... I have two windows open. I actually have a live view of the stream up, so I can tell what's going on and what you guys are seeing. If that's up, I know you guys can see me. This screen has my... YouTube Studio up, and it's telling me all of a sudden, a minute and a half ago, bam, everyone just dropped off. So if you're still there, let me know you're there in the chat, because this side says there's 9 of you watching, this side says there's 0 of you watching. Hopefully that doesn't bode well for the evening. Oh my gosh, looks like, alright, OXO said we up here. Let me get in here. Ring Fit as well. Welcome to the stream. OXO, welcome. And Brienne, you guys are all here early today. Hey, Golden. Welcome to the stream. I've been actually awesome the past few days. Have been great. I just got off of a 4-day weekend. Friday, my school had parent-teacher conferences, so I took the first day off I've had since, I almost want to say since the pandemic began, but really what it all comes down to is the first day off since then, and legitimate days off. I completely canceled my... Hey, there we go. YouTube Studio's back up. Yeah, we'll see what's going on here. I agree, Mackenzie, that I agree with. They definitely need to get their heads out of their butts. Hopefully that counts. Oh, and by the way, speaking of that, you know, last week, if you guys were watching me, one of the first things that I did... You guys can probably hear the music, by the way, of the first game I'm going to plan on streaming. It's going to keep going. It's kind of in the background for a little bit. But anyway, before I get that far, last week during the stream, we were all talking about the passing of the immortal, the legend, the man, the myth, Eddie Van Halen passing away last week, which happened on the day that, or the news broke on the day that the stream happened. So just out of, you know, my better judgment, I decided to blare a little bit of Van Halen on there, and you guys caught it. YouTube flagged that. I was talking over it. I had it back. I had it in the background for a while, so yes, they flagged it, and that entire stream was flagged for that until, of course, I muted the sound, so if you go back and listen to it, that's gone. But it did, strangely, it did not flag the Styx song I was streaming, so maybe Styx is what I should stick with from now on. Oh, let's see what we got here. Eating leftover turkey tonight. Yesterday was Thanksgiving for you. Was that in Don't take this too personally, but where is that? Where do you have Thanksgiving already? I guess it's October. I'm trying to think. I should know. It's not Canada because it's not Boxing Day. Maybe it is Canada. Anyway, so yep, thanks a lot for knowing you're here. James Green, welcome to the stream. You would love to see Sonic Adventure 2. Missed out on a beautiful copy at your local game shop. Kind of down about it. You know, once I get my Dreamcast set back up, that could be a possibility. Unfortunately, I don't have that set up. I may have Director's Cut for the GameCube. If I do, maybe I'll dig that out. Because I do have my Wii hooked up here. Had a 3-day weekend. Yesterday was Thanksgiving for you, so you already told me that. Or at least I already read that. Hey, Julius, welcome to the stream. What's the deal with the Apple computer? It's basically on the back. I mean, it's functional, yet not something I'm currently working on. Kind of moved past to some other plans. I'm sure it'll make an appearance again, but I kind of wanted to refocus my efforts on the consoles, so it'll be, unfortunately, it'll be a little while. It might be another year before I go in there. It's functional, but I still haven't gotten that 3D part printed. I just basically... It's been a heck of a time at work. The guy who has the 3D printer is supposed to help me design the piece. Of course, we're all busy with school. We're still in session. We're actually face-to-face meeting, which is awesome. We're about ready to finish our 9th week of consecutive in-person instruction, so great on you there. Definitely have to... It is Canada, so that's what I thought. I was like, so Thanksgiving in Canada is on the 12th. Is that on the 12th every year, or is it like the first or second Monday every year, or how does that work out? Like, American Thanksgiving's on a Thursday every year. I heard a joke the other day, too, I want to share with you guys. It's not my joke, but hopefully we're going to get that. Ever going to play TurboGrafx 16? Let's do some Splatterhouse. You love that game. I will definitely do some TurboGrafx 16. I already did Splatterhouse, but maybe I'll do it again since we're getting closer to Halloween, and it is the 13th. By the way, I know he's not watching, but I'd wanted to, as we get started here, wish a very happy birthday to my dad. He turns 61 today. So today is his birthday. I know he's not going to watch this, but happy birthday, Dad. If you happen to get this back to you, I said it on stream, so happy birthday. This goes along with the meme I sent you earlier today. Of course, everyone sends a meme to their dad on their birthday. I actually would be doing something with my dad tonight if he was around. He actually went to Wisconsin, so he is out of state for me. I told him to say hi to Ben Heck if he sees him up there. I assume, it's a small place, right? He's gonna run into him, right? Retro Games makes the C64 Maxi. Retro Games that makes the C64 Maxi will be coming out next year with the Amiga 500. Really? I'll be interested in that. Here is another. I've been getting 1-800 calls seriously every 15 minutes today. I gotta be honest with you, it's starting to get old. I might take my watch off because it's letting me know when these spam calls are coming in. Potential spam calling yet again. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Icy Pizza Boy. 6 years ago this month. I'm sure it's still something that impacts you on a daily basis. So, I know a couple of people who, even since I was in middle school, whose parents passed away since then. So I know I've been very fortunate to have that. Have both of my parents alive and living, and definitely I don't take that for granted. So thank you very much. Yes. Old man. If I called him that, he might beat me senseless. He probably could, too. Alright, let's see what this is. If this is a voicemail, I'm going to let you guys listen to this. If this is a scam voicemail. I bet you it is. Yep.
For do not call list, press 2 now.
That's the message. Hang on. Let's try that again.
Press 2 now.
It just says press 2 now, but the
do not call list. For do not call list, press 2 now.
I really wish you would add me to your do not call list. Oh, darn it, I forgot if I delete the number. There we go. Block this caller. I'm not kidding you. Look at this. Look at this log. 553, 542, 350. I'm sorry. I guess that wasn't every 50 minutes. 351, 251, 220, 141. It just keeps going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 25 calls today. 25 spam and scam callers today. Good grief. Why do I even pay for this cell phone? I'm in a great mood today, aren't I? You know what it is? It's probably my dad. He's probably calling from several different people's phones and then leaving me voicemails like that. Please press 2 to get me off of your call list. And I have to wonder. It's not just spam calls. It's a lot of scam calls, too. And I've heard, I don't know if this is accurate, somebody can look this up and see if what I'm saying is the truth. They say in the United States, the number one call by far, like 60% of all calls made in the U.S. are either marketing or scam calls. 60%. More than half of the calls every one of us receives, I assume, legitimate calls are more now limited to texting, FaceTime, or something else. But I heard that's in the United States, it's around 60% are scam calls. And I have to wonder, when does the legislation, let's talk about this stuff that doesn't affect anyone instead of solving the scam and spam problem. If I had to pick something that is an epidemic during this year that should be brought up in the presidential debate, it would be that. Not whatever they're talking about. COVID, whatever. It's here. Deal with it. Oh no, I called it by name. Now YouTube's gonna flag my stream. If I mention it by name, they'll put a warning saying, "This person may not know the facts. Click here to learn the facts about this disease." I'm gonna call it Corvid, and it's the reverse of 91. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't get me flagged. But I did realize every time I mention that, they put that on my streams. Facebook does the same thing. Oh. On a Saturday night, I had a call saying you owe taxes to the Canadian Revenue Agency. I thought we only got those here in the United States. They were calling from Washington, apparently. Probably. They need the money. They really do. We're having some things here. I'm gonna let the chat keep going. We're off to a great start. Let's go ahead and get started. So yes, Super Mario 3D World. I wanted to keep playing this just because I first beat it earlier this year when the pandemic first started. It was in March, and that's because I just bought a whole bunch of Wii U games before all this happened. And it was actually kind of perfect timing because I was able to go back through and play some games. Some of the games I played through, I have them sitting here. Yoshi's Woolly World, awesome game. Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, it wasn't as impactful because I just got Ultimate as well this year, so I liked it. It was a good one. New Super Mario Bros. U, New Super Luigi U, I played that this year. Mario Kart 8, it's exactly the same as the Switch version, except for it's lacking the DLC levels. Breath of the Wild, I wanted to play it on the Wii U, and it's very playable. It definitely is. That was another one I got this year. Those are just the ones that are sitting down here from when I was playing them. I also got Twilight Princess for the Wii, and Skyward Sword for the Wii, which also plays on here, so yeah. I got a ton more games than that. If you guys go back and watch my retro game hunting series that I did right before the break over winter, kind of, I have a lot of Wii U games I just got. 4 p.m. on the West Coast, one of the same thing yourself, yep. Got an extended warranty call on your car. Told them you drove a 79 Ford Pinto. Hey, they'll still sell you a warranty. It just won't be a legitimate warranty. Your warranty is worth $0, but you can pay us $500 a month for it. I really like this part, because this is the time of day it is here for me. So, it's almost sunset. The sun's actually going to set at about 6... Hang on. Let's see if she'll actually tell me. Alexa, what time does the sun set today?
The local sunset time in your current location for Tuesday, October 13th is 5:18 p.m. By the way, it's Prime Day. Thanks for being a Prime member. If you want my help with shopping, just ask. What are my deals?
Is that what I asked for? That is not what I asked for. And by the way, it is Prime Day, as she said. I knew she was going to say that. But apparently the sun's already set 5:18, so it's almost dark out by now. And that's before daylight savings time. So, what's nice is I can play this on the gamepad, too. So I can actually look at it on the stream. And it's lighting my face up as I do this. I'm playing on the actual Wii U gamepad as before, because there are some levels that benefit from it and want me to do that. And speaking of Prime Day, we'll talk about Prime Day. Have any of you guys actually... I know I kind of lost my train of thought because I was in the middle of another conversation, so I said the sunset here. That's what it was on the gamepad. Was there anything else I was supposed to talk about? Because it is Prime Day. I'm wondering how many of you have already done like I did. I've already blown my next paycheck on Amazon stuff today. That Prime Day, I got suckered into it yet again. Surprisingly, it's not that they had great deals on stuff, it's that they had deals on things I've been looking for. And I thought to myself, okay, it's $1.50 off now, might as well buy it now. So if you guys want, tell me if you've been on Amazon, if you're a Prime... You don't have to tell me if you're a Prime member. I'm not doing marketing or anything. I'm not trying to scam you. Hang on. I keep forgetting there's a timer on there, so I'm going to catch up on chat before I go on the Prime thing. Call it the no-no virus. There you go. But even saying virus might do it. Or viral. So I'm going to call it Corvid. That's pretty close, though. The text recognition may think I'm talking about the other thing. Corvid 91. That's what I'm going to start calling it. The reason why I want to call it Corvid, I'm not joking. I know someone who keeps calling it that by mistake, but they think they're saying the right thing. If they don't have a speech impediment, they just keep calling it Corvid because they think it's called that. C-O-R-V-I-D. So that's why I like to keep calling it that. The 91 is pure me. I just don't want to say 19 after it because then I'll get flagged. Have I been thinking about getting into home computers? A little bit, yeah, Trooper. By the way, welcome to the stream. Don't know if I've seen you around here before. I don't recognize your picture icon, but if not, or if so, welcome back, or welcome to the stream. Yes, I have been thinking about doing home computers. I tried to get my hands on an Atari XT just recently. Not XT, ST, just recently, but unfortunately, they wouldn't budge on the price, and it was over $500. Wasn't really into it, but eventually, yeah. That's partially why I'm trying to get that Mac working from 1984, or at least get a version of it working. So somebody already asked about that earlier, but yeah, definitely looking to get into the home computer thing, because after I do the 16-bit war, I might go back and do a 8-bit, I might call it Battle Royale, and have 8-bit consoles face off against 8-bit computers. See which ones are better. I've been thinking about doing that for a while, though. Apparently just got your income tax, just got some back on your income tax and you don't have a job. Yep, that's it. The scammers really know you, don't they? Always wanted to learn BASIC, but I'm not planning on getting an Atari computer anytime soon. I would say the earliest that, or not earliest, I guess, the easiest for me to learn BASIC was actually on the Commodore VIC-20. Okay. Okay, good. Because of that... Oh yeah, here we go. Like I said, they had some good gimmicks in this game. There we go. There we go. I think I can take these things out, can I? Nope. Ah. This double Mario thing's kind of neat, too. I feel like I want to get my, I feel like I want to get my other power-up out. There we go. Okay. It's going to be tricky. Keeping him in a straight line will probably work out better. Oh, I lost him already. Darn it. I probably won't get the special bonus at the end of this level then. This is going to be tough. Anyway, so... Oh! Yeah, that's gonna... That stinks to no end. I only have so much time to get these, don't I? Yep, that time's already run out. So it is kind of neat. Yep, there we go. And so like a place like this, there we go, where you need 2 Marios. I think since I already lost one, I'm not going to be able to get to all the secrets, but... Oh, okay. Oh, I'm already at the end. I must have missed a spot. So there we go, we got that. Love the 7800, yeah. Apparently, I already got that. Learn basic. Here we go. You have the GameCube version of Twilight Princess. Yeah, I wish I could find that, but I didn't find it quick enough. So I'm sure it's too expensive now. Breath of the Wild 2 does look amazing. I am kind of excited for that. It'll be the first one that I would say is exclusive to the Wii U. I'm sorry, to the Switch, and not a Wii U port. Greatest thing about Bandicoot is last night I finally finished like 8 games I wanted to. Oh, gotcha. Stayed home and bought nothing. Good. Don't think you've ever bought anything from Amazon. Hey, that's something to be proud of there, because I have definitely wasted too much money today. I did get some of my Christmas shopping done a little bit early though, so I did buy some gifts. It wasn't just for me. Favorite home computer is your Commodore 64. I have a Commodore 64, but it's currently not working. It actually, I don't know if it ever powered on, because I got it really cheap. I wasn't quite sure if it ever powered on. Hang on a second. This requires my full concentration, I found out. Alright, now. Oh, I already messed up. Told you it requires my full concentration. Load star 8,1, yep. I don't remember having to do that because of owning a Commodore 64 in the past, but you still have to do that with the emulators. I think Vice I still had to do that in. So I learned some of the functions of the Commodore 64 by emulating it. But yeah, I really wanted to get my hand on some real hardware. Unfortunately, mine does not take power. I tested the power supply, it's good. It's outputting the right power levels. But for some reason I got absolutely no power out of the Commodore 64. Eventually, I may do a restoration project on that as well, similar to what I did with the Mac. Either try to get it working, or put something inside of it to emulate it. But with the C64 Maxi coming out, I may just buy one of those and call it a day. Food Fight addicts. Ooh, I like Food Fight. I'd rather eat my food. I hope I don't offend, but Super Mario 3D World is probably my lesser favorite Super Mario game. It's not a bad game, just doesn't seem to be as memorable as the other games in the series. Mackenzie, I don't think you're going to offend... Well, I know you're not going to offend me. I can't speak for everyone else here. But I thought the same thing. I have more respect for it now than I did when it first came out, believe it or not. Now that they're putting it out on the Switch again, and I'm sure... Oh, yeah. Look at this. I did... Oh, sheesh. I did kind of like the... How many more of those are going to come? I thought they only fired when I was in the spotlight. I do remember liking that gimmick, though. And now I can carry this. And this is a dangerous path because... Oh. Oh, no! I messed up. Ah. The inevitable. I know they'll destroy the platforms on that one, and so if you get trapped there at all, you're done. Yep, so how many of these are going to... I'm having a hard time here. I know there's like a special bonus too. What? I have never had that happen before. I guess I didn't need to carry him all the way there. I will say this, though. This doesn't really feel like a 3D Mario game to me. This feels more like... This feels more like a 2.5D Mario game. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Yep, I only got one coin out of there. So yeah, but I did get a couple things... I did get a couple of things for the channel, for sure. Hopefully there are some upgrades I can do. I try to get those on, there we go. Come on. There we go. I try to get those on days like Black Friday or, Oh! No. I'm not gonna get it. Yep, because I can't get up there again. Curses foiled again. I like how even the, whatchamacallit, bullet bills have, oh, there we go. Have, like, cat ears on them. That's disappointing. I'm not doing as well as I usually do on this game. Well, that opened it up. No, it did not. It still didn't open it up. There we go. And now I can't get hit again. Or else it's lights out for me. No pun intended. But yeah, the big benefit for me utilizing the Prime Day deals is that I do get, let's see what they're doing there. Is that I do get some of my Christmas shopping done early before I've blown all my money on useless stuff. One thing I'll say I've always been surprised at, especially, well, not surprised at, but I always used to think that Black Friday for me was more about video game deals. And the last couple of years, I have not found very good video game deals, like especially because of the Switch. But the rest of the games, the only ones they put on sale are the ones everyone already bought, and they haven't put on the greatest hits list yet. That's about the only thing I've noticed. Today, not only that, but there's a couple other retailers that are jumping on board. They're discounting Nintendo Switch titles. You can get Super Mario, $20 off Super Mario Bros. New Super Mario Bros. Deluxe for the Switch. Mario Party's on there. Yoshi's Crafted World, I think, is on there. So, I mean, you can get some... There we go. So you can get some deals on those. But, again, those have been out forever. Some of those have been out for other systems. And discounting them to $40 when they are initially $60, especially because some of those are still ports of another game, I don't really find that to be that good of a deal. Best Mario game is 64 DS. I think it's one of the best Mario games. Hey, like I said, I have more of an appreciation for it now than I did when it first came out. I am going to die, I'm pretty sure. I need some sort of power-up. I really don't like these isometric views that they force you into. Because then you're forced to throw this stuff up at an angle. Oh yes, and I remember the huge cry out from fans that they bring back the charge and check enemy from Super Mario World? Yeah, me neither. I could be critical of this game, but really and honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I would say I actually played 3D Land first. Or, sorry, I beat 3D Land first on the 3DS, and I like that game better than I like this game. And I don't know what it is about it that I like better. I just know that I did prefer that game to this one, even though it plays virtually identically. Nope. Oh, I still got it. I still got it. And this is going to be kind of strange going from this system's graphics to TurboGrafx 16 after this. I do have a game for the PS2 that I might play. It actually harkens back to something I found on the Sega CD. A game I didn't realize that they made a sequel to. So that's also fair game for today. Oh. Oh, he doesn't run off the cliff? Is he stuck? I don't trust that he's not going to come out and try to hurt me. Do you really want to hurt me? Do you really want to make me cry? Take that. Oh, of course I waste my cat suit that way. Well, at least I got a couple of the stars. That almost ended very badly. Okay. Let's see where they're going with this. Oh, I missed a star. Yeah, I would have really rather had my cat suit. I forgot about this boss. Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say I can't do anything from that end. I have to wait till he's butt end up, I guess. There we go. Oh. Well, I don't think I could avoid that at all. If I had my cat suit, I could have ran up it. Pause. Find Galaxy and Mario World very forgettable, but I hear some other people, yep, you found that Mario Galaxy was very memorable to you personally. I think part of the preference is what you grew up with. What age you were when those games came out. Well, that was close. Because like I said, I'm sure there's a generation of gamers, it's not very many based on the sales of the Wii U, but I'm sure there's a generation of gamers that will swear that this one was the best. And again, it could be just because of how they grew up with it. And I really think this would appeal to what I call the 3DS generation of Nintendo gamers. Because again, I didn't... Oh, come on! I pressed the button. And by saying that, I'm acknowledging that I realize I was late. But still, Nintendo should realize... I might as well just jump off the edge and be done with it already. That was close. This is even closer. This isn't gonna go well. But it's all about attitude, right? You gotta have a positive attitude if you want to expect anything out of it. If you believe it, you can achieve it. A middle school principal would be proud. I didn't believe in it enough. I didn't want it enough. Oh, you know what the positive thing about this game is? Some people would consider it a negative. I really think it's a positive, though. If you are struggling at a point of the game just so much that is so incredibly frustrating to you, eventually the game will give you a free pass to beat the level. Okay, I got the star again. Where is the other star, I wonder? I bet you it's somewhere on the top of this thing. Yep. Yep, what'd I tell you? That's why it gave me the cat suit. Sometimes where they hide this stuff is very obvious. Now watch. I gotta beat it this time because I found out where both stars are. Can't have any mistakes. And by the way, this guy is one of the worst enemies in the entire game to play. Okay. Can't get him there, but I can get him here. Is that it? Is that it? Did I get it? See, now I made it look easy there. But it definitely is not. I am not going for those coins because I don't want to die. Because yes, you can still kill yourself trying to get those coins. I actually, at one point in time, lost this level, or lost a level like this because I did a cat jump and I jumped right off the cliff and died. Had to go back and beat the boss again. Some people would say that's shoddy game playing. I call it shoddy game programming. Yeah, because it was when I was going to die for the flagpole, I dove off because I missed the flagpole. And I had to redo that boss. Oh, it was so ridiculous. Super Mario 64 DS is one of the best remakes, remasters. You know, I kind of agree with that, but the worst thing about 64 DS is that it's on the DS. I really wish they would have made a console version of that game. That game should have been included in 3D All-Stars. Along with the original, don't get me wrong. Because I didn't own that until this year. I know I gifted it to my niece and nephew a long time ago, but I never played it. And yeah, really could have benefited with a stick. So that's why I said they should have released that for console. Never minded the absence of the stick. Problem with the D-pad. Never had a problem with the D-pad on the 64 yet. Didn't mind the absence either. See, I don't know. I see where he's coming from with that. It's not something I would have said automatically, but it's something I get. You grew up with Galaxy 1 and 2, but you don't care for them. Well, I say I kind of grew up with them too, but I was in college when those came out. I like Mario Galaxy 1. Mario Galaxy 2, a lot of people say is better. I call it splitting hairs. Because, I mean, honestly, it is going to be a little bit better if they fix some of the issues and added some things. And, of course, any addition of Yoshi is a good thing, right? There we go. Now we're in Cloud World. Which, this is usually World 7. Like, in all the new Super Mario Bros. Games, this is the world before the final world. But it's not in this game. 3DS gen, and you still like the old stuff better. Hey! Good for you. That is not the opinion I've heard from a lot of kids in my area. When I ask them about that stuff, they say that they prefer the 3D Mario to 2D Mario, and I still prefer the 2D Mario, which is kind of why I like this better, because it's like a 2.5D. This game reminds me of Crash Bandicoot in a sense. You can move back and forth side to side, but the camera is always fixed, and you can kind of do that, which, by the way, if you guys didn't see my Instagram post, got Crash Bandicoot 4, and my initial impression was actually that it was... I would have called it mediocre. My initial impression was not that great. But it's growing on me a little bit. I think part of the issue for me is I'm so used... I've been playing the original trilogy for over 20 years now. 21 years to be exact this year. So I'm used to knowing all the level layouts. I'm used to the level layouts being very similarly designed. And these ones have kind of changed the formula a little bit. I will say, I thought it was kind of weird how they really wanted to... hey, there we go. How they really wanted to stay away from Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex, which I actually enjoy that game. Oh, barely made that one. But some of the things they did are similar to Wrath of Cortex. For example... Ooh, I don't want to get that again. Oh, I should have hit the... There we go. One of the similarities I found to Wrath of Cortex and Crash Bandicoot 4 now, which is... Oh, darn it. Why did I do that? Why? Because I'm an idiot, that's why. You still have other masks. Like, that was the advancement in Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex was, oh, there are more masks. Only this time the twist is, they're not here to hurt you, they're here to help you. I also didn't like, and maybe this is what gave me a bad impression of the beginning of it. I know that my opinion is not as harsh as it initially was. Like, it's starting to grow on me, like I said, but at the very beginning, I did not like, darn it, what they did to, that's what I needed to do. What they did to Neo Cortex. They made Entropy the bad guy, the main bad guy, and they kind of put Cortex on the back burner. That's not a spoiler alert, guys. That is the first cutscene of the game, where they describe how in the world it all got to this point. So, oops. Try that again. There we go. So that did kind of leave that kind of left a bad impression of me initially, because I like Cortex being the bad guy. But again, maybe that's how they're straying away from. Oh, I needed to let him take those guys out. Oh well. Oh, see what I don't like about this isometric perspective? It really messes with my. Oh my gosh. Okay, so somehow I didn't die the first time. Don't know how that didn't happen. So make sure you take the right path. There we go. Oh yes. If I can get Toad here. I forgot how I'm supposed to get Toad. Oh yeah. That's not it. I'm supposed to be able to bump into Toad. And I thought there was an easy way of doing it. Yes, there is. Here it is. Okay. Let's try the cat suit. Yeah. Huh. Okay. I'm supposed to be able to get a star from Toad, but I don't remember how I do it. Do I have to throw a fireball in there? I'm digging it. There just isn't a bad Mario. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I just watched, or I didn't just watch, but I know there's another YouTuber who grew up more in the time frame of the new Super Mario Brothers, and he talked about how they just released too many of them and people got burnt out on them, which is probably true. But when New Super Mario Brothers came out, the first one I ever played was on the Wii. I didn't play the DS version. And because that guy on the YouTuber was a kid when it came out, he had the DS as well. I didn't have a DS back then, because I was an adult. The DS did not appeal to me. I had a PSP, because it was better. I know, I'm jumping ahead of myself. You know what? We have a ghost house, but that's a half hour, and that's about as far as I wanted to keep playing this game. So I'll leave it up to you guys as I'm catching up in the chat. Let me know. You want me to keep going on 3D World or switch over to TurboGrafx? We can keep the conversation going, though. I'm definitely liking the chat on this. You grew up on Roller Coaster Tycoon, Need for Speed Most Wanted, Wii and DS, yep. Even if it is Atari 2600. DK and DK Jr., Mario Brothers gets a bad rap. I like Mario Bros. Also a lot of Minecraft since October 31st of 2010. Yep, I didn't get into Minecraft until around 2013-ish. I played it for a little while, but again, it wasn't really my style of game. It's a game I can see myself getting into, but I don't know. At the time of my life, I didn't want to sink all that time into it. At that time, I was probably playing Skyrim more, or Oblivion, whatever was still out at that time. If GameCube Gen had a GameCube growing up... I'm sorry, your GameCube Gen had a GameCube growing up, and the PS2 ruled the world, yep. So for me, what I remember the most is the Super Nintendo and Genesis. I was alive, barely, I say, for the NES generation, so I kind of consider myself an NES Gen person, but that's because, for the most part, I was still playing the NES long after everyone else gave it up. PS2 is your favorite console? Hey, Jet Screamer, welcome to the stream. Yeah, the PS2 has some things going for it, but I don't know, the PS2 generation is where I stopped calling them game consoles and started calling them entertainment machines, because the PS2 could also play movies. And of course they started adding hard drives and everything. Luigi's Mansion, Spooky October, stream sometime. You know what? I haven't played Luigi's Mansion 3 and I've owned it for a couple of months now. So possibly. That does sound like something I can do. We got UK and the Netherlands. Man, I got people all over the place, don't I? Hey, and here's where we meet. The wonders of modern technology. You'll be giving Mario 64 another try since you have the Switch Pro controller. You know what? I did enjoy it a bit more using the Switch controller, for sure. But I've played it using like a PlayStation-style controller and emulation, and that's not bad either. Well, I've got some votes for the Ghost House. And don't talk about Minecraft. Lost another half for months. Lost your other half for months. She was on it non-stop. Yeah, I can see that. Definitely. Just met a guy who grew up with TurboGrafx 16. It's interesting talking to him. He loves the system, but jealous of anyone who had a SNES or a Genesis. Reminds me of something. Really? That is interesting. I know a couple of people around here. I only met one in person who had a TurboGrafx growing up, and I bought all of his games from him. So it was kind of a treat to hear someone have that perspective, because yeah, my perspective is from the Super Nintendo and eventually the Genesis, but those were my main consoles through the entire 1990s. From 91 to 99, we had the Super Nintendo that entire time, and the Genesis came. I don't think I can defeat these guys, can I? Oh, I can't. I just gotta knock them off the boat. So this isn't a ghost house, this is a ghost ship. Oh yeah, and then look at this, yep. Oh! I need a feather. That's what I need. I really need a feather. But that's okay. Again, if I'm too bad at this game. Oh, I just realized something. And then, see? Them changing the camera angle right there, this is my biggest complaint with the game. You saw how I died just there? It's because the camera angle changed and I was still pushing the stick in a different direction. That is absolute bullcrap. Okay. Whew. I got that out of my system. That is years of Nintendo's game design. And see, I can't get a good angle on this to know where I'm going to jump, so I jump right off. That is one of the worst level designs ever. Why do you continually still do this? Nintendo does this to this day, and they do it on purpose, thinking it's good game design. No joke. Miyamoto is a... There it almost happened again. Miyamoto is a gaming genius, but I swear that is not a good one. That is not good game design. Now you're going to make me upset. I'm like sitting here. I am like the kid that just got told by his parents he needs to go to bed and stop playing video games. I'm upset, and I'm still not playing video games, but I'm expecting someone to come in here and tell me I need to stop sometime soon. That takes me back to being a kid. And look, I have to creep along here, only to make one wrong jump, and I'm probably going to die again. See? Yeah. At least when they hit me, they don't kill me. Oh! Okay, those are not... Oh, it's because the ship moves. Gotcha. Alright, you know what? I bet you there's nothing in there worth risking my life over. As with many things in video games. Okay. I keep forgetting there's a timer. Well, I probably could have avoided that better, but oh well. I can use that star, for sure. Oh. Oh. Oh, this is not good. There we go. Come on, checkpoint. There we go. And I'm sure I can find something back there, but I'm not going for it. That just made my heart skip a beat. They are definitely trying out my my blood pressure medication here. It's just little stupid mistakes. Some of them I'm making on my own, but Nintendo, stop helping me. Stop helping me make those mistakes. That got me again. I almost lost it. Felt my heart rate shoot up. I saw something the other day. There we go. That was like, basically showed someone who had a huge amount of anxiety. Okay, I know I gotta beat these guys. I gotta get them down the hole. Come on. Come on. There we go. One. But anyway, it said something about, brain was telling the heart... I'm sorry, the heart was asking the brain, are you in danger? Are you running at full speed? And why are you telling me I need to pump more blood furiously? Oh, come on. I've said it before and I'll say it again. How do game designers sleep at night knowing what they're doing to the kids everywhere? Making these infuriating levels that only serve to... I mean, they don't even get the amusement out of it, do they? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Because they don't get to see the results of them torturing kids. Well, 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 the chat is filled up with a whole bunch of spam here. You need to tone it down, dude. Sorry guys, give me just a second here, I gotta deal with this. I think a timeout ought to do it. There we go. Man, that is a lot of messages. Can you guys see those too? Not that I'll see a response, but holy cow, that was a whole bunch of stuff to go through. Alright. So we did the ghost house. Kind of something spooky for Halloween. Let's see what else we got here. Or, I'm sorry, we did the ghost ship. Yeah, the 2600 Junior in 1986. Nice. GG16 is very similar to the GameCube. Both consoles had good games. Yeah, but, I mean, yeah, there's a limited group of people who played both. So, yeah, I got your point there. Got your first NES back in 2010. Got your 2600 in 2012, and that's where it all started for you, really? Didn't play anything before that? I thought you said you were the GameCube generation. Would still have the console today if I knew about the 72-pin connector. Oh, for the NES? Yes, absolutely. It's definitely worth it to get that thing fixed. And it's not as hard as I thought it was going to be. But that was the first console I ever took apart to fix. That was... Actually, no. Yeah, it was the first console I ever took apart. It was my childhood NES. And it's what started this channel, to tell you the truth. Mom threw the 2600 back in the trash after you got your NES. Yeah, that's unfortunate. The Ed Brocklesby dude has been spamming since before the stream started. What a troll. Okay, yeah, I have, that's the first time I've seen it myself. He's in timeout now, but if it comes back, we're going to have to either report or do that, because, yeah, that's not cool, dude. I don't know if it's a real person, a bot. Seems like a bot. I have no idea what the messages are. The original NES died in 1993. Oh, you got a top loader. Did your top loader have the RF, or did you get the composite done to it? Because apparently Nintendo themselves was modding it to have a composite out. Because the Famicom version of the top loader did have composite out. The NES in the US just lost out on it. RF, okay. You reported him for spamming earlier? Yeah. I said good. I don't know who you are, but yeah. That's the I don't have to deal with that very often. Possibly because I'm not that big of a YouTuber, but yeah, that's why I need either someone to keep an eye on that, because that's one of the things where I get so focused into the game I have to talk, but then I have to go back and catch up on chat, so I don't always notice that. But thank you guys for letting me for helping me with that. I appreciate it. You play games before that, but the 2600 was your first retro console. Okay, that's what I thought. Started your collection as a 12-year-old. Hey, you know what? 2000, and was that in 2012 then? So you're born in 2000? Am I getting that right, or am I off? Because I saw 12, and I think I'm thinking 2012 now. Yep, I agree. Golden, definitely agree. Alright, so, well, it's been 13 minutes. That is good advice, OXO. I got that advice one of the first times I started streaming. But I was more specifically referring to someone who was just being I call it negative Nancy. Someone who's being a negative Nancy on my channel pretty early on. They got themselves banned pretty quickly. I have a very short tolerance for that stuff. I'm very generally accepting of other people's views and opinions. But, oh yeah, I forgot about this one. This is like one of those... This is an auto-scroll level for a 3D game. Oh, and look what view it's in. It's in this isometric 3D that I don't like. And this view is not much better. Oh, why did I not see that coming? Yep. Yeah, that's why it would have been great had I not lost that suit. Will this let me swing? Oh, it does. But I don't think it's going to let me swing in the right direction. It did. And again, I should have seen that, but I didn't. This might be a trial run. Oh, this is going to be tough. I got to time this just right now. now I can't see, so I have to switch back to the isometric perspective. I really don't like this view. It's really awkward to not throw from. Oh! That looked a lot... See? And I couldn't tell how far away that was, so yeah. I will admit... Okay, so I made it that time, so I don't know what my momentum problem was there, but... Must be done now. Alright, so, yep. Thankfully that gets me that. I'm not really going to try anything fancy for this level. I know I have to get more of those power stars, but... I'm okay with just beating the level. What in the world is that? Okay. There's some moments in this game that are genuinely terrifying. I can't even hear the music. We already got through what I think is one of the hardest levels, and it didn't end up being that hard. Or not as hard as I remember. This level's not really that hard if you don't try to go for the bonus items. They're expecting you to have that. So yeah, I missed out on the other 2 stars, but... October of 99, okay. Interesting, that was actually not too long after I got my, It was not too long after I got our PS1, and that was probably the month I got Crash Bandicoot 3. Very interesting. So yeah, that's where I was at in 99. I would have been in 1999, I would have been in 8th grade. So yep. Yeah, I see, you probably don't see that because, that's why I said some people saw it, but since I mentioned the name, somebody else may have mentioned it too, but I think it matters by region. It might automatically be blocked. You bought your PS1 on the day Final Fantasy VII release? You were making dinner? Oh, don't ever apologize for that. Dinner definitely takes precedent over this stream. I mean, not for me. I had a late... Well, I guess it's not a lunch. I had a very early dinner, but I didn't really have a huge, like, something to eat. I just had a sandwich and some chips. So that usually carries me through the stream pretty well. Mainly because if I'm playing on games, scares you that you're turning 21 this month. Still feel like 12. Hey, maybe there's a reason why we still like video games then. I kind of feel the same way. I don't really feel my age. I'm 34 now. I even have to think about it every once in a while. But I look a lot older than I am. So I've always looked older than I am, even as a kid. As I say, on my 18th birthday, the restaurant that I was at thought I was celebrating my 21st birthday. And so they actually brought me a drink. And my mom got upset because, for obvious reasons. Obviously, if I'm underage, I should not be getting a drink in front of my parents. Nope, don't want that. I don't remember ever playing this level before. Gosh darn it. Okay. I honestly don't remember playing this level before. Maybe I didn't. Because this was an optional level. Because I don't remember... Oh, I probably skipped it because I had to use the gamepad. I'm wondering how they're going to... Yes, that's not fair at all. I wonder how they're going to integrate those features into the Switch when you're not playing... I think this is when you're not playing on the tablet. I already heard him. There's somebody in there. I knew it. I knew they were going to come out and hit me. They just did it in a way. It's another one of those moments. Yes, this is challenging gameplay. It's challenging gameplay to put things in there where you can't see. I also think one of the worst game mechanics in the world you can develop as a game developer. Alright, hang on, hang on. Yep, I knew I was going to die. I knew I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't paying as much attention to what I was doing on the screen than what I was saying. Oh, I start over from the very beginning, too. But anyway, what I was about to say, I think that one of the worst game development tricks people do, or game development gimmicks they do, is when they block part of the screen. I think that is one of the cheapest, laziest, worst game mechanics you can possibly do. Because it's never a fair... It's never fair, and it's never fun. Oh, I can't see where I'm going. Isn't this fun? Oh, I can't see where these enemies are coming in from. As I said, I don't find that kind of stuff fun at all. And yes, every single one of my favorite game franchises does that. Doom does that for sure. Another franchise that does it is Crash Bandicoot. They did it in the first one, they did it in the third one for sure. I don't remember if they did it in the second one. But it's usually one of the last levels that they do in Crash Bandicoot. I haven't played through 4 enough yet to tell you whether or not it happens in there. See, I'm going to be able to avoid him this time. And yes, even almost every Mario game has done that at one point in time. Like, oh, it adds to the challenge. No, it does not. Now watch. One of my goals is to eventually create a game for either the Nintendo Entertainment System or something like that. I'll probably be guilty of the same thing. Ooh. That's not fun. How am I supposed to grab that thing? I probably need the cat suit. Full honesty, I don't think I've played this level before. This level is completely foreign to me. I bet you I skipped it. Okay, now I see how I'm supposed to get that, Now I see how I'm supposed to get that, star, but I'm not going to risk that. Oops. There we go. Sometimes it's better to beat the level and then come back with a better power-up and beat it later. Well, somehow I avoided that, so I guess it was good that something that they did worked out to my advantage for once. That's like Japanese level design 101. If it's at a disadvantage to the player, it's definitely making it into the game. If it's something they can't tell is going to happen, that's also definitely going to make it into the game. Again, I'm not meaning to, what's the word? Demean someone's culture. But that just seems to be very prevalent in Japan. Because that's where most of the good games come from, I guess. How do I sure if I bang that gong, I can do something. Anyway, end of that rant. 15 and feel like 15. And that's good. If you're 15 and feel like 42, that's when it becomes an issue. You feel 50, I act 25, which is why I feel 50. Yeah, I can tell that too. Goes both ways, right? That's why they say age is just a number, right? 40, and glad you're not alone. By the way, welcome to the stream, Eric. I don't know if I've said hi to you yet. You made goals so far this season of Rocket League. Hey, that's pretty good. Rocket League is one that I've kind of been getting back into because at the school that I work at, I am helping start esports, so that's been kind of a goal of mine. That's what I do tomorrow night. We will be doing Overwatch, which is the team that I coach the most, and then Thursday night is when they do Rocket Leagues, but I think our team on Thursday, I think we have a forfeit, so I don't think we're going to be playing. But yes, definitely made me get back into Rocket League. I'm glad it's free to play now, because now all my friends are going to start picking it up, and I'm hoping they'll start playing it, because I want to get some practice in myself. Never owned a Wii U. It's the only Nintendo system I never owned. Also did... Oh, you even had the Virtual Boy. I was going to ask about that, so you put that in the same thing. Never completed this game, but played it with your 4-year-old niece about 2 years ago. Yep. Like I said, it's something. I definitely think it's going to be a good addition to the Switch, because I think this works more portably. Kind of like how I said earlier that I like it better on the 3DS than I like it on here. I don't know why that just works out that way, but it does. But the other thing to this is that, yes, I actually owned a Wii U during its life cycle. I bought one in 2014 or 2015. Probably 2015, because it was about a year after I got my apartment. And I got it because I got a really good deal on it. One of the stores around this area was just clearancing them off their shelves. So they gave you 2 free games, plus the games that came with the system, and all discounted for under $150. And I was like, alright, I'll give it a try for that price. I got Mario Kart 8, the Nintendo Land game, and I also got Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, which is an awesome game. I'm glad it made it to the Switch. That was a good addition. And I want to say New Super Mario Bros. U, but I think maybe I got a different game. But for the longest time, I only owned like 5 or 6 games for the system, and I didn't beat any of the games that I got with the system. So I was more, at that time, playing my PlayStation 4. So that's just what I was into. I was playing Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy, Infamous. I don't know, I like that game. I don't think it gets a lot of notice, but I really liked that game back in the day. Remember playing games like Streets of Rage and the enemies leave the screen? Oh yeah, I'd have to move back to get them on again? Yes. Sneaky AI in the game. What are some things that every single game seems to think is a good thing to do, but really drives you guys crazy? How about that for a conversation topic? I don't know how much we'll get with that, but I'd really like to see. By the way, my it's never gone back to normal. It's my YouTube studio thing is still glitching. It tells me that there's 7 viewers, but it keeps going between 0 and 7. Over here, it's telling me there's 15 watching. So hopefully you guys are still there. You want to try Rocket League? Finally got it from the Epic Games Store. Wii U is your favorite Christmas present. Loved it so much and still do. Yeah, if I would have thought to myself, I should have gifted this to my nephew or to my niece. They were both huge Nintendo fans at the time. Of course, they were younger. They both had a 3DS. I should have gifted it to them, and then when they turned 18 or grew disinterested in it, I should have bought it back from them and then started playing it. Because now I'm playing the Wii U more than I ever did when it was current. And I do have a Switch that I play every now and again, but I haven't played a lot of the new stuff for it. I played Mario Odyssey. I was hooked on the Switch for about the first year that it was out, and then I kind of walked away from it. This year I've been back on the Switch again. I played a lot of Animal Crossing. Bought yours in November 2012. Only bought 3 games during its life cycle. Yeah. See, like I said, I had like 5 or 6 games total, and most of them I got when I bought the system. So yeah, I only bought like 2 more games after that. Again, it was Mario Kart 8, Nintendo Land, which came with the system. This game came with the system. I'm trying to remember what the other ones were. Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, so there's 4. Which one was 5 and 6? They had to be Nintendo exclusives, or else I probably wouldn't have bought it for it. If it came out for any other system, I would buy it for any other system. And one of my big complaints was that I had to play the game system. I didn't like playing with this gamepad. And now, that's the only way I play it. It's not bad. It definitely... Because it feels like I'm playing the Switch in my hands, but I'm using the console. By the way, the directional pads on here... Oh, that's kind of neat. Or not the directional pads, the analog sticks on here. Fantastic. They feel so much better than the... They feel so much better than the Switch Joy-Cons do. And of course, I haven't experienced it myself, but I heard they have a problem with drift. Ooh. I didn't know I could do that. I'm supposed to be doing something. Okay, I'm supposed to get him sucked into the pipe. Oh. Okay. Knock him into the pipe. And then... Okay. I had no idea what I was doing, and now that I do, this is not bad. That's 3. I have beat this game before, I just can't remember anything about it. You had to get the Switch Pro controller. You know what I actually just got the other day, since you mentioned that? I got this controller. Let me switch out of this for a second. Go back to me. So I got this controller from a used game store that's in my area. It's called a Power A controller. It's a wired controller, and I got it for when I stream down here because I don't need to have the wireless controller. It's cheap, but it also has the I mean, it's got the Pro controller feel to it. It's just wired. You have to keep it plugged in for it to work. And to tell you the truth, this feels good too. I also like that it's a Yoshi controller. I like the green. If they had a Zelda controller, I would have got that with black and gold, because I do know that this brand makes one. I don't know. I think that this controller feels good. The Pro controller feels good too. I just don't have it down here. But yes, I definitely prefer playing games on the Pro controller when I have the Switch out. That's partially too, but if I'm going to play it portably, I'm not going to carry around the Pro controller with me. So, I'm not recommending that as a brand. I have no idea how good the brand is. I'm just saying that, what am I trying to think? I'm just saying that I like it because it feels like that, and so far I haven't had an issue with it. I did buy it used, so I don't know how reliable the brand is, but it was only like $15. So I figured for $15 I'll risk it. Rubber banding and racing games, oh, that is something that would irritate me as well. Although, if it's part of the gameplay, like bumper car gameplay, if it's an arcade kind of racer, I can see that working. You practiced for about 5 hours on Rocket League today. Your hands are killing you. Just took some ibuprofen. Oh yeah, I've been getting, I don't know if you guys know this, but I have pinched nerves in both of my wrists. So if you see me take a break like this is actually perfect, because my hands will go numb, and I usually wait until they get normal again. The pinched nerves I got was from an accident. I almost got hit by a car when I was a kid. Somehow I'm yada-yadaing over the story, but I'm basically saying that led to me getting pinched nerves in my wrist. I tried to avoid the accident. I landed awkwardly on my hands, and rocks got stuck in my wrists. I had to go to the hospital, get them surgically removed, and I came out of it with pinched nerves. So I don't constantly have things. I have symptoms of carpal tunnel. Sadly, if I actually get carpal tunnel, I'll probably never know it, because I'm suffering with those symptoms even still to this day. which is weird because I love video gaming so much, but it doesn't love me back. Playing Guitar Hero is a specific challenge because I can't feel my hands, and it's an odd controller to know where you're pressing the buttons. But anyway, so I take breaks often, but I feel where you're coming from that because every once in a while, too, if I go to sleep after I've been typing all day on a keyboard or playing on a gamepad all day, I get what I call painful. Let me see here. I call it painful numbness, is what I get. So I think I hear you there. Ibuprofen usually helps. Yeah, the 3DS has officially stopped production. Walmart's been dumping them very discountedly, and I had some, through some form or another, I had some gift cards to Walmart, so I did buy another 3DS. I might keep that one complete in box, just as a collector's piece. And because it was so cheap. All of them come with Mario Kart 7 installed as well. I bought it for like a 2-player thing, where if someone comes over, we can play 2-player Mario Kart 7. So, there's that. You keep your 3DS and Wii U by your bed. The 3DS I keep in the ARM console of my couch. And yes, if I'm watching TV, my go-to is sometimes the Switch, but since I haven't played any of the games on the 3DS, heck yeah, I'm going to play it all the time. It's actually my 2DS. I don't have the 3D capability. But the games still play on it, so... And it can play all the stuff from the new 3DS. And the Wii U thing's kind of neat, too. I never even thought about that. I could keep this down here, and I can play the games on the gamepad. I don't need a TV. So, you've got me thinking. I like that idea. I guess the difference is, for me, all of my games are disc-based, so if I wanted to change the game, I'd have to get up out of bed to change it. And once I'm in bed to go to sleep, there's little chance I'm getting up. Unless I really have to go to the bathroom. You've said it before, you say it again, the Wii U gamepad is the best controller. Yes, you have said that before, Golden. I like it. I definitely liked it a bit before. The only thing that I have a problem with is if I'm playing using the screen, every once in a while the screen gets lag. It happens on this one, and it happens on the one at my friend's house. Well, he's not a friend, he's more of an acquaintance. But it happens at his house too, because I was wondering if it was just my gamepad, if it had an issue. And when it gets lag on this game in particular, if you're in a mid-jump kind of thing, it really stinks. What else do we got here? Had to get the Switch Pro controller. Still have the box for my launch Wii U, and the system's working fantastic. Yeah, I still have the box for this as well. It's not a launch console, but I still have the box. Every console that I've personally purchased with my own money that was brand new, I still have the box for. The only exception to that is the PlayStation 2. I have the box for it, but I didn't buy it personally. That was one my mom purchased. She got it as close to possible as launch. I think it was like a week after launch, when they were really hard to find. She sat at home with my brother after he got off of school one day, and I know I'm going into another rant, but I'll tell you that story here in a little bit. Every Christmas I think of that story. It's kind of a nice story to tell. You also have the stick that allows Xbox controllers on the Switch. I've never heard of that. Interesting. I've never heard of using Xbox controllers on the Switch. Although it makes sense because they're designed almost exactly the same. Power A. Why do these cheap things always have the worst names? Yeah, I've seen those in like retail stores. They're usually 30 or 40 bucks. The problem is most of the ones I've seen, I don't know if all of them are, they have to be hardwired. I don't think I've seen a wireless one of those. But other than that, they're great. So I would only recommend it if you're sitting 4 feet away from your TV. The cord's not that long. Like in my living room upstairs, I have a good 6 to 7 feet between me and the TV. That cord's not going to reach. I have to use the wireless one. You're tough on analog sticks too, Jet Screamer? I can be, but that's partially because, again, when my hands go tingly and numb, I'm a lot harder. I press harder on the buttons to make sure I can feel somewhere in the back of my hand that I'm pressing down. I know that I am, but for some reason that makes me hit things harder. I had a friend who I was grading stuff on my laptop when I was teaching, and I'd be typing, and he would always turn to me and say, "Do you have to type so loud?" And I guess I didn't realize how loud I type because I want to make sure I'm pressing the keys. You bought the 8-bit dough. Oh, yeah. I do want to get one of those. I want to get the 8-bit dough Super Nintendo or NES controllers that can dock in with the Switch. Isn't that who makes those? Awesome for 2D games. Yep. Definitely would like to get one of those. In the future, maybe. Your Elite controller? I just heard, actually, from another YouTuber that does a daily newscast, that those things are also experiencing their own form of the Joy-Con drift, or that the Joy-Cons, the joysticks on those are actually going to stop. Just how they're designed are eventually going to stop working. So I heard they're getting a lawsuit against them. Video games is a harsh mistress. Yeah, we love them, and yet they irritate us. Most games are in the living room. I have 2 screens there, 55-inch and a 30-inch. Yeah, I have set up a couple of stations that I can move all my consoles to. Like down here, I have the stream station set up. I don't stream in the same place that I play most video games. I either play them back here on the CRT if they're a retro console, or if it's a modern console, I'm usually playing it upstairs in my living room. I keep those plugged in upstairs because that's when people come over. That's where they get to go. Down here is set up for, like, movies. I have a movie screen set up over here and a projector and an 80-inch screen. And it's really cool to play games on there, but I stopped playing games down here when I got my TV upstairs. Because down here is 1080, but upstairs is... Oh yeah, no, it's alright. I might be a bit chatty too. Let me try another level here. We should still be able to talk and play games at the same time, right? Oh look, we're back to this isometric point of view again. Let me get caught up on this. Xbox All Access taken care of. Yeah, pre-orders are sold out. You might get this one and buy the Series X outright. So, the first... Let's try that. Yeah, it looks like I can climb up there. I'm probably going to wait and get a PlayStation 5 first, but I'm not planning on getting anything at launch. Well, that hurt. I don't think I'm getting any console at launch this year, only because there's not really much that's out. I have a huge backlog of games to begin with, so that's definitely part of my issue. But the reason why I don't think I'm going to get one at launch... Well, I guess I can't test my theory out. What's really neat is in Super Mario Odyssey when you can take over these guys. I thought that was pretty cool. Yep. I'm missing ooh, I'm missing the ski boot to be able to get that star. Oh no! Oh, I don't know how I survived that. I should have died right there. So since I have the backlog of games, and because there's not a lot of games at launch that I really think is a... Like, there are games I want at launch, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say that there's nothing for me to play. But I'm saying the draw for me to get a console is not quite there until other games come out. Ratchet and Clank is one that could possibly do it. Ooh. So we'll have to see when that comes out, what I like. Ooh, where's my... I was going to say, how do I get rid of that thing? I don't want it anymore. Spider-Man Miles Morales looks good, but I heard it's also coming out for the PlayStation 4. There's a wind gust that comes up there, right? I thought I had that timed right. So we went from Halloween to Christmas here. Ooh, that was close. I didn't realize how quickly they kind of... that it just gets the coins everywhere. Come on. Alright, that's enough. Okay. So I gotta wait for there's gonna be a short gust. I saw the short gust. Why is it not pushing me up? I'm waiting for the invincibility leaf to come out. I haven't seen that yet this game. I got it once in one of my previous streams of this game. I could just play this all night tonight. It's already over an hour into it, and I'm not gonna stream for more than 2 hours tonight, so this could be the only game I get to. Sorry there's no TurboGrafx tonight. I can play 1 or 2 games on the TurboGrafx. So there's that. Oh, I didn't get centered. That's how you get that last star. Oh. Oh no, no! Gosh darn it. I finally got that star. Oh. Alright, let's catch up on chat here. Use a 42-inch in the living room. 7-gen systems. 1st through 6th gen are on the 13-inch Sony Trinitron. That's nice. I just got a plain generic CRT. I don't have one of those PVMs. Games on a projector is awesome. Just wish you could hook up the PS2. Yeah, I have a component to HDMI converter that works well for that. Depends on if you can get your Christmas shopping done with eBay money. Yeah. You're going to stay away from the PS5 and that. You have a decent laptop with an RTX 2080. That'll definitely keep you busy for a while. 13-inch Sony Trinitrons are the tightest thing next to a PVM. Okay. Had a projector for a while. It was great. Laptop cost me so much. Yeah, that needs to be enough to last you 6 years, doesn't it? The Transformer laptop is now too old. Using Windows Vista currently? Oof. Windows Vista made me switch to Mac. Windows 7 almost won me back, but then Windows 8 reminded me why I switched to Mac in the first place. Windows 10 is, okay. I don't like the amount of ads and how their updates don't work well. And by their updates don't work well, I mean they don't work at all. My laptop at work is still waiting on the April 2020 update, and we're supposed to have another one out by now. Come on, I was gonna say, Mario, move your butt. We need to get out of here. Oh, I still got the golden flagpole. There we go. Mom bought your laptop for Christmas 5 years ago, so yeah. Yeah, that's nice. The one I have doesn't have an RTX 2080. I have a MacBook, so it's whatever the Radeon graphics chip is in there. Or Radeon, I don't know what they call it. I call it Radeon because it's R-A-E. You live in 400 square feet. Yep, I can see that being something where like a projector wouldn't work out, and having several systems hooked up might not work out. Watching the stream on your RTX 2080 laptop. Apartment is too small to own a desktop. Yeah. That's why I said I didn't start having this amount of space until I bought my house, and it took a few years for me to get there. Just bought an exercise bike. I actually thought about getting a treadmill. I like the exercise bike, but I think I would use the treadmill more, only because it's just as easy as walking. I like that better than riding a bike. I like walking better, in terms of an exercise anyway. Only had 2 systems on launch, Mega CD, which was a gift, and a Wii, which you bought yourself. I wasn't able to get a Wii anywhere near launch. But I got a PS4 at launch, I got a PS3 at launch, and we got the PS2 at launch. So that was something special. So the PS5, me intentionally not getting one at launch, that'll be the first time since the PlayStation 1 that I didn't get a PlayStation at launch. But it's probably going to happen. Part of the reason is I spent a lot on retro games this year, collecting things for the channel, so I have a huge backlog of games to keep me busy. I've never really felt like I need to play the latest and greatest games for me to have fun, but I also want to play like the multiplayer games. Okay. I also want to be able to play the multiplayer games while they're still relevant. Oh gosh darn it, that didn't work out. Well, I just got trapped. And there's a star. I don't know how I get that. Do I have to pound? Yes. Okay. Learned something new. I don't know why, but, well, I guess I do know why, but that is making me incredibly nervous. That giant wall of blackness just coming this way. Oh. Oh, no! Thanks to this 3D perspective, I missed. And I didn't get a 3D flagpole, so we get to do this all over again. Give me just a second here. Vista is better than 8. I guess the only thing I can say is, in my opinion, I've used Vista more than I used 8. So there's that. The only problem I had with Vista was when I did my student teaching, I had a Windows Vista laptop, and one of the problems with Vista is that the drivers for Vista had to be unique. So if you bought like a laptop that had a custom graphics card, which I did, that graphics card would most likely have issues with Vista because the drivers for it had to be built unique. And there were several manufacturers that, instead of making that driver, just decided not to. So I had an issue where my video card would cause the laptop to crash. And when it crashed, it took the entire system down, and it would take a while for it to start back up because I had to go through disk check and all this other stuff. So, oh, this does not bode well for me. Oh, oh, oh! I got all the stars on this level? That's crazy. And because it was at a very important time in my life when I needed that laptop to work, such as my student teaching, I had to switch it out. My teacher that I student taught with, he had a MacBook, and the entire time he would always laugh whenever my laptop would go down. I was like, "Oh, you need to get yourself a MacBook. You need to get yourself a MacBook." So finally, 2 years later, when my laptop finally died, I replaced it with a MacBook, and I haven't looked back since. I have enjoyed my MacBook. It works. It's the updates don't take everything down, except for that one time, but I can forgive Apple for one time. But yeah, the only thing too is if you want to customize something on your MacBook, it's not really easy to do. So I still use Windows all the time at work, so I kind of feel like I use both all the time. The only thing I don't use consistently is Linux. You've only bought games at launch, and only 3. Pokemon Moon, Luigi's Mansion 3, Untitled Goose Game. The only game I bought at launch that I can remember... Final Fantasy VII was a launch day acquisition, I guess, so there's that. But I guess the only game I've ever pre-ordered, here we go, was Star Wars The Force Unleashed. One of my friends, when we went to GameStop together, and the guy asked him if he wants to pre-order Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and the guy in front of me was my friend, he said yes. And I was like, really? You're going to pre-order that game? He wasn't really a big Star Wars fan, and as I predicted, he never opened the game. He got it on launch day. It was a midnight release. We both went there. I immediately opened it up and played through the first 3 levels before I went to sleep that night. Your favorite OS is still DOS. Sorry, I just got distracted by that. You should get an arcade cabinet. You'd love to get a cab? Yeah, I've been working on trying to get one of those myself. I might actually build one, but yes, the DOS 6.22, I lost my train of thought. Everything just came crashing down because I saw DOS 6.22. Though, is that the latest OS that Microsoft came out with that was actually good? Sorry. But anyway, the launch story, so yeah, that's the only reason why I pre-ordered one. I have not pre-ordered a game since, because I think it is, beyond me, it is one of the worst concepts in the world. I'm not saying anything about the people who do pre-order games. I get it. If you want to pre-order it, fine, go ahead. But to me, personally, I think it's one of the weirdest concepts in the world to buy a game before you know it's going to be any good. I mean, you can have a good idea, but come on. Paying for the game before it's even out, and pre-ordering digital copies of all things. That is another mindset I've never got into. So if you guys let me know, other than, like, okay, you get an exclusive skin or some bonus or in-game cash or whatever, fine. But yeah, I don't get pre-ordering digital copies for sure. You found Winter Steel. Are you guys old enough to know why that is? Had a Windows 98 crash, so way back in the day it would reload at least 1 time per week. Yep, I can see that. Oh, look at that. All of you guys dropped because of my ranting about pre-ordering games. You used to know your Windows 98 key by heart? That is sad that you had to do that. Is that because of how many times you had to reinstall the OS? Oh, this one's not locked. Oh, it's a tank level. Alright. Let's do this. Here we are, back on the isometric 3D view that... I remember when games were forced to have this view because of, like, technology restrictions. I don't remember anybody other than Nintendo having this view solely because they wanted to. Like, Sonic 3D Blast had this view, but it was kind of understandable. They couldn't do 3D unless they did the isometric perspective. I remember there's a secret somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where. Remember, I found it by accident. Ooh. Like, you can pick up something and pick up this thing and, like, wear it like a helmet. I don't know if that's this level or not. Nope. That's a load of... That's a steaming hot pile of garbage. Get the star, don't fall off, don't fall off. Whatever you do, don't die. Yep, this is one of the levels where you can do that because I needed that cannon to be able to bust through this wall. So unfortunately I missed one of the power-ups there, or one of the secrets in this level. I don't remember this boss at all. Is this... Yeah, this is... not one of these things. Well, that doesn't bode well. Because now I need to be very precise with my 3D jumping here. Oh, I got him on the first try. I must be getting better at this game because that would have taken me 4 or 5 tries previously. I'm telling you, this game is more challenging than it looks. And I say especially if you want the game to be challenging. If you don't want the game to be challenging, it's not as challenging. I don't know how many times I can say challenging without you guys getting upset. But, never going to pre-order again. Did it for the Polymega. Stoked to get it, but never again. Yeah, the Polymega would be a good one to get. But yeah, like I said, it's the pre-ordering thing. Oh, I'm sorry. I lied. I forgot I pre-ordered a game this year. 3D World. I pre-ordered it because I thought for sure they were going to sell out and it was going to be hard to find because they said it was going to be a limited release, and Nintendo did that with the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, and it was hard to find forever, and now they're super expensive. So yes, I've only ordered 2... In the past 12 years, I've only pre-ordered 2 games. I'm trying to think if I've done anything else like online, so it would ship on day 1. I don't think I have. The only other one I did was Final Fantasy VII. I pre-ordered it, and then I got it for pickup because it was during the pandemic. We were on stay-at-home order, and I thought if there's any game I want to play during a stay-at-home order, it's going to be Final Fantasy VII. 3D All-Stars and Final Fantasy 13. Wow, 13, really? I liked that game. I wanted to get that game, but I'm kind of surprised that was worth a pre-order. The Mario game I liked but never revisited. Hey, Chid, welcome to the stream. Yep, I was hoping to go back to some TurboGrafx for the end, but the time's almost up for me, so I'm gonna keep going on this game. I've almost beaten the whole game on stream. Here we go. This is one of my favorite themes in the entire game. And you only get to hear it during this time. It only plays this time and one other time. And I don't know if it's going to get flagged, so I have to talk over it, and eventually I'm going to have to tone it down a little bit, but yeah. You should go back to this one. We've been all over the place with it. There's some people who really liked it, there's some people who didn't want to try it, and there's some people who think, oh yeah, this would be worth it when it comes out for the Switch. I like the game, though. I mean, the way that I describe it is, I like it more now than when it first came out. Oh yes, I remember this one. Wish I had a power-up, though. Because I'm going to make some stupid mistake somewhere throughout this level, and it could have been avoided by having an extra hit. That's pretty creepy for a Mario game. Okay, I got him. What in the world? I thought I jumped right on top of him. This is not a good sign. There we go. least I got my extra hit point back. But I do kind of feel like in this level, a duplicate Mario is kind of a gimmick that's not really well deserved. There we go. Because I didn't really need 2 Marios to beat this guy, I just needed it so I could take the extra hits. Had to get the extra coin, right? As I say, he's gonna follow me. Let's see what happens. Look at that. Got the golden flagpole too. This may be one of the few games that I beat all the way through on stream at some point, because I do want to play this again. The first time I beat this game was actually earlier this spring. I know I've said that before a few times, but man. Walked into KB, Final Fantasy VII on launch day. Yep. Well, that's not the same as pre-ordering. There are some games I will get at launch, but pre-ordering is kind of something I don't do. Just out of a rule. Hey, Jimmy Faye, welcome to the stream. 64DS is still your favorite? That's come up a couple times earlier before, yep. Definitely. My day is going great. I just went back to work today after a 4-day weekend. So, definitely had some fun with that. And by the way, this is World 7, which makes you think that this place is a world short. But I'm gonna, spoiler alert here, this is not the final world. Just saying. I was kind of shocked to see that. Because after years of them having this be the final world, they decided to do something different with this game. Even Mario Odyssey follows Bowser's Castle being the final world. Oops. Oh, I almost had him. Got him. Oh, there we go. Ah. That's all that got me. I'm actually thinking of one of the other themes that this game has in my head. One thing I thought was kind of strange is in Super Mario Maker 2. Ooh. Okay. That's irritating. Just slightly irritating. That's kind of cool. But anyway, I found it weird in Super Mario Maker 2 that they didn't allow you to make 3D levels of this game. You can only make 2D side-scrolling levels in this game. Try that again. Nope, not gonna happen. If I had the tail feather suit, that would have definitely happened. The game actually is fun. That's why I said... That's why I kind of wanted to give this on stream, so that when it does come out for the Switch, I am kind of spoiling it for you, but definitely a lot of fun to play. And definitely challenging in certain areas. I say especially for a game that's geared towards kids. Oh yeah, and here you get a choice of which one you want to go to, but I ended up going to both, I think, initially. Hey, Damon, welcome to the stream as well, and... Let me see, Squiddles? Am I saying that right? Squidoodles. Let me know if I'm saying that right. Love to see me do Super Mario 3, all worlds, no warps. I've done that before in the past. I actually did that on a previous stream. So if you look back for when I did Super Mario Bros. 3, I did that with no warps, but I did use a cloud to get through a couple of the levels. I don't know, which one looks harder to you? I think the one with all the lava is kind of scaring me. The last one was right, Squidoodles. Okay. I don't know if I caught you on stream before, so if I... Oh, yes, this is one of those levels where I say... Am I a big fan of this game design? No, I am not. Oh. Oh, that's not good at all, is it? Alright, I need to get back on the right track here. There we go. There we go. That happened right. Oh, I could have hit those with the fireballs? I didn't know I could do that. So here I'm just firing off fireballs so I can get some sort of view. What's going on in here? Oh, another star. Crafty, crafty. This kind of reminds me, with this top-down view, this kind of reminds me of like a Legend of Zelda dungeon. Doesn't it? It kind of would have been cool if they did one level that was kind of a crossover like that. I'm sure if I jumped over there, there's another star, but I don't want to risk it. Oh, well then. Somehow I didn't die, but I should have. There we go. Take care of these things that are bugging me. the world just happened there? I want to try to do a backflip up there. It's not letting me. I can roll forward. Come on. Do I need the cat suit to get up there? I could have sworn that I could do a backflip. Okay. I guess I need the cat suit. You know what, I'm almost out of time. I'm going to have to take the non-gold flagpole for that one. If I had to pick between an Atari Jaguar 3DO or Commodore Amiga CD32, which would I play and why? Good question. I would say the 3DO. I'll say this: out of all those three, I own a Jaguar and a 3DO. The reason why I'd say a 3DO over those other two is because of the game selection I can get. Like, I think Need for Speed came out for 3DO, which is a game I enjoy. Did not come out for the Jaguar. Gex did not come out for the Jaguar. So I would say 3DO, and that's mainly because I haven't played the CD32, but I don't think that one had a good game selection either. At least, definitely not here in the States. So out of those, I would probably play the 3DO first. The Jaguar does have some, Well, that's crap. Definitely don't want that. Yeah, I would definitely choose the 3DO over those. I did play a 3DO once, way back in the day. My brother had one when he first moved out. I don't know whatever happened to it, but I only played it once at his place, and then never again. Maybe not once. I think I played it a couple times. I think his girlfriend had it at the time. Maybe she had it. Gotta try it. Plumbers don't wear ties. That's not a game I don't think I can do on my... Really? I can hit these things with a fireball? That makes it 10 times easier. That game is definitely not stream appropriate. That's one of those games where I really feel like that you play it because you think it's going to be funny, but it turns out not being as funny as you thought it would be when you play it. Because for me, the only difference between that and a whole bunch of other games... I knew it! I knew it! I should have just made the circle again. Now I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, it reminds me of like a point-and-click adventure game, and really the novelty wears off, I think, very quickly. Whoops. Would wear off very quickly with that game, just because I played a lot of games with bad storylines in the past. So, yeah. I think what really made it funny was his reaction to it. And there's nothing wrong with that, that's just not a game that would interest me. One thing I was very surprised at, going on that AVGN topic, was with the Jaguar. One of the games I was most excited to play was Cybermorph. Because I heard him say, you know, that "Where Did You Learn to Fly" video that he did. And I was very saddened to learn that that was an exaggeration. It took me forever to get that person to say it. I don't know, maybe it was just the way he was playing it, but I really feel like that "Where Did You Learn to Fly" thing really didn't happen. Because he even says in the review part of the video that she says that every time you bump into something. But it took me a good 10 minutes or so to get her to say it once, and then by the time I beat the level, because yes, I played it till I was at least good enough to beat a level at it, it never... it never said it again during that level, so... That's one of the things that I don't like about the AVGN reviews, to tell you the truth. They're good for comedy, but they're not, in my opinion, good game reviews. The earlier ones I thought may have been better for learning about games and things like that, but yeah. It's definitely more about the comedy now than it is about informing people about bad games. But some of the games he finds, I have no idea. Most of the time, I have no idea they existed now. So, like, the game Pepsi Man or whatever it was. That's not a game I'm going to fondly remember from my childhood. I'm like, oh yeah, that game was kind of bad. Nope, it's a game that was specifically played for comedy purposes. Possibly an ad endorsement in there somewhere, I don't know. And then he ended up getting the actor that played in that game to show up on with him. I mean, there's some things that he's done that is very impressive, but yeah, like I said, I view those more for comedy's sake rather than for video game knowledge. Just because of the... Alright. Oh, no. I have a huge advantage with these fireballs. You're not gonna keep me from realizing... Oh! Yes, you are. Exactly. Cybermorph is a repetitive and boring game. That's what it is. It's just a bad game. Nothing really unique about it, especially if you've grown up in that time period and played a whole bunch of games like it. So that's why I said I was disappointed because I was expecting to be amused by it, and I wasn't. I was like, okay, so he was definitely trying to find something that made the game... I mean, he basically had good showmanship. He definitely has better showmanship than I do. Based on the number of subscribers he has versus the number of subscribers I have. And that's part of the reason why I started this channel, because I really think that, you know, you can do things that are comedy sketches and skits. Oh my gosh, now I don't have my fire flower going into this. This is going to be a mess. As I say, this may take me forever. Am I gonna get there? Am I gonna get there? Nope, I'm gonna die trying. You agree on that? Gex is good, but Jaguar has Rayman. Yes, it does. Rayman never came out on 3DO? I would think that would be a game that would... Well, I was just too much in a hurry there. Gotta play Town with No Name. Again, that's... Yeah, as I said, that's... I remember he did play that as well. That's on Amiga CD32, though, isn't it? And part of the thing is, too, keeping in mind which systems I may own in the future... I don't know if I'll ever own an Amiga CD32. And the way I say that is, I don't see myself owning one in the foreseeable future. It could be 20 years down the line before I give that system a chance. Just based on some of the systems I still have to get, and I still want to get. That could be a prime system for emulation, though. I mean, I like buying original hardware, and I like playing games on original hardware. Good. So the goal is just to try to get one of them to bump me into the other. There we go. See how much easier that is with the fire flower? Alright. No golden flag post, but there we got it. A great classic game for the 3DO/PC is Star Control 2. I'll have to see if I have that one, and if I don't, I will add that to my list. Thanks for the suggestion. Eventually I'm going to get to the 3DO. I mean, it's got to happen. It doesn't happen for this generation of video games, but when I review, like, the PlayStation, that might be what I start with on the next... when I do the next war, the next bit war. It probably won't be called a bit war at that point. I thought about calling it the 32-bit war or the 64-bit war, but that's got to be called the Polygon War, or something like that, the early 3D war. Because the 3DO, the Jaguar, all that stuff would be rated on how well it would do 3D graphics. So there's got to be something that comes out of that. Did I know that a banana is a berry? That makes sense. It's tropical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot? No. Anyway, what systems are on the top of my wish list? For me personally, it's the Odyssey 2 or the Channel F. Out of those two, Golden, I would say the Channel F because I own an Odyssey 2. There's not too many of them I don't already own. All of mine are obscure. The Apple Pippin, believe it or not, is one that I really want to get. That is one that that one's up there for me getting. Realistically, though, I think the next one I'm looking for... Gosh, I would really like to get a Magnavox Odyssey 1. Or one of those Sears Palm consoles. That's what I was trying to think of, Pizza Boy. You had it. The Bally Astrocade would be another one that I would want to get. Because those are ones that I had to miss in the second generation of video games because I don't own them. So the Fairchild Channel F would be a good one to get. I definitely think of it. The most underrated game on the Jaguar is Missile Command 3D. Underrated, yes. I would say underappreciated was probably Tempest. I like Tempest on there. Of course, it came with everyone, didn't it? Wasn't that a pack-in title with it? Missile Command 3D has a feature in the game that would have let you play the Jaguar VR headset. Oh, play with a VR headset in 1995? That would be insane. Looking forward to the Saturn series in the future? Yeah. In between the 16-bit war and the 3D war, I'll probably do a small, and I say small, but I'll probably do a note about the 3DO, the Jaguar. The CDI really fits in with the 16-bit war, so I don't know if I'm going to throw it in there or not. But I'll talk about all the consoles that started and failed before the 3D war began. And then I'll start talking about the Saturn, because it was the first one to come out, then the PlayStation, and then the N64. So, yep. I'm also looking forward to the Saturn one as well. I've been collecting games for the Saturn for a while. I don't have a lot of them. I mean, that's the thing. A lot of those are either going to have to be emulated or something. I'm going to have to figure that out because I don't own a lot of Saturn games, and a lot of them are super expensive, just even loose. It's just one of those things where I'm like, maybe consoles right now are not at the top of my wish list. How about that? Even like the PlayStation 5. I would love to buy a bulk lot of Saturn games before I get the PlayStation 5. Like, that's what I'm looking forward to the most. But then again, it took me about 20 years to find a TurboGrafx 16. I've been wanting one of those for a while. And what I mean by that is, find one in my price range is the big thing, and one that works. And then it took me another couple of years after I got the TurboGrafx to get any games for it. Just because I was waiting for, I say a good deal, but really a decent price on them. Because they should not be $100 a piece. They are, but that's just something I got. And then I got the EverDrive for this, so maybe I'll get the equivalent of an EverDrive for the Saturn. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out when I get there. You bought your Saturn for $25 5 years ago. Yeah, like I said, the console itself was pretty cheap, and there are some cheap games you can get for it, like Daytona USA. I got that with the console, and I got it for 99 cents. What else did I get? I got Clockwork Knight complete in the box for $20. So, it's free on the net. You got really lucky in collecting the Saturn in the early 2000s? Yeah, I should have been collecting a lot earlier than I did, but sadly, one of the things that I thought to do today that I didn't do back in the day is I actually start collecting games for systems I don't own. Like, when I got my 3DS, I already owned like 60 games for it. And that's because I bought them when I found them at a very cheap price, knowing one day I would get the system for a cheap price later. So I should have been doing that for years, because I passed up on a whole bunch of games. I passed up on 3DO games, I passed up on Jaguar games, 32X games, because I didn't own the peripheral, I didn't own the system, and back then I didn't think I ever would. So really, I should have been buying everything, because eventually I would have everything. But that said, guys, it is 2 hours into the stream for me. I know I started a little bit early tonight, but that is all the time I have for streaming tonight. I'll be on here for a little bit longer if you guys want to keep chatting, but otherwise that's it for the gameplay section. And then I got about 5 minutes or so, and then I'll sign off. But, yeah, we had a great conversation tonight. Most of you guys were here for most of the stream. I know, Mackenzie, you were. Pizza Boy, you were here for a while. OXO, you were here for a while. So, yeah, definitely. The early 2000s, by the way, before I forget to say that. Yes, time does fly when you're having fun. That's why I have to keep an eye on the clock. You know, if I had like in TV shows they call it a stage manager that helps you keep track of time, I need one of that for down here, because there was the last couple streams I went way over the time that I had set aside to stream, and it ended up being up a lot later than I should have been, because I usually have since I teach classes online, I have to do some grading tonight before I go to bed, so this is a good break between work and my second job for me. And then you guys are here to help me have fun, so I appreciate it, Golden. Yeah, I'm glad that you found your way back, and we definitely appreciated having you in here. You were pretty good in the chat tonight, and had some good thought-provoking questions. Had your original Saturn until it died in 2010, then got another one for £50 secondhand. When did you get your second one? In 2010, or did you get that closer to now? You're going to play Klonoa 1 on Wii after the stream? Interesting. Yeah, I did play Klonoa, there we go, 2 last stream. I thought about maybe playing that again tonight, but here's the game I didn't get to. Here's the game I thought I was going to play. This is Sylphid, The Lost Planet. This is a sequel to a Sega Saturn game. I mean, it wasn't just on the Sega Saturn, but this is the game I was going to play. I did get it complete in box. It's got that weird rainbow chrome slip to it, so maybe some other time I'll get to it. But, yeah. And then I do have some TurboGrafx games I gotta play. Part 3. Are we on Part 3 yet? What comes out this week? Yeah, Part 3 of the Ultimate TurboGrafx review will launch this Thursday. We're going over the launch games, so we're finally digging into it. After that, we're probably going to take a little bit of a break, because I need some time to edit together all the video game footage I've been capturing, so... But yeah, and then I might have a different video. I think I probably have another thrifting run I can show, and then I have a game I want to show for Halloween, which... It's not really a fancy game, but it is a game I do want to show for Halloween, so that one will come out probably closer to Halloween, and then back to the TurboGrafx 16 review, so that's what the foreseeable future shows for Player-One-Start. Definitely appreciate everyone who stopped by tonight. I will be streaming again next Tuesday. I guess it's the Tuesdays are still working out for me. Sometime I am supposed to switch back to... what was I trying to think? I just lost my train of thought. Give me a second. Oh, sometime I was going to switch to Sundays. But right now, Tuesdays are still working out as the best night for me to stream. So that's what's working out for me. And if you guys keep wanting me to stream on Tuesdays, I'm definitely going to do that. So I do plan to stream again next Tuesday. We'll see how I'm feeling that night and what I end up streaming. I don't think I'm going to keep naming my streams after what I'm going to stream, because I like the spontaneity of not knowing what I'm going to stream going in here. I didn't decide that I was going to stream this game until about 10 minutes before the stream. I have it sitting on my desk here, and I'm like, you know what? I like that game. We haven't played it for a while. I may play this again next week just so we can beat it on stream. I made it through to World 7, about halfway through. We've only got 1.5 worlds left, so maybe I'll do that. Hey, Eric Davis, welcome to the stream. You just caught me at the end. Found your channel about a year ago. Love your content. Please comment. Well, I really appreciate that, man. Thanks. Definitely thank you. That actually, believe it or not, I've heard you guys have been very supportive about this the whole time. I'm not putting anyone else down by saying this. That comment made my night, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for stopping in. Maybe it's just you, but the 3DO, Jaguar, Amiga CD32 were consoles that just had a tragic life. They were released too late to compete against the SNES and the Genesis. Yeah, and too early to compete against everything else. I think the Jaguar has a lot of self-inflicted wounds. But really what made it fail was... Well, I guess I shouldn't jump too far ahead of myself. I researched the Jaguar a lot back in the day. The CD32, I know almost nothing about. I know it was a system. I know it was released by Commodore. It was kind of the swan song, kind of like what the Jaguar was for the Atari. The 3DO was a great concept for a game console. It just didn't work out. It was not powerful enough to compete against everything, so... Oops. Keep that going here. Your stream is on your Tuesday schedule. Okay. I'll definitely keep that up there. Jack Trammell was part of the cause of the Jaguar death. Wasn't he also part of the cause of the CD32 death as well? So yeah, tragedy, and I mean, it's the same thing with any company that fails. The Dreamcast was a tragic console as well, so we had that. But anyway, I do want to thank everyone who did tune in tonight. I want you all to have a great night. Stay tuned on Thursday as I continue the Ultimate Sega 32X review. Wow. That came out of nowhere. Let me try that again. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Stay tuned on Thursday for the Ultimate TurboGrafx 16 review. Part 3 as I go through the launch games. And otherwise, if I don't see you then, I'll see you next Tuesday for another stream. Thanks everyone for watching. I want you all to have a great night, and I'll see you next time.